Hey, how are you? I don't know, this may not be the video for you, but today this video is all about 7-day challenge members, all about women who and men who have decided to throw away like all of their old team natural offense and all of their old hacks and try something new and the results that they've gotten. I'm also going to share some people that are still in the process. Of course, their identities and private information, of course, is going to be hidden. I'm not going to share every single thing, but I do want to go deep into the growth cycle blueprint and the 7-day challenge, just because I just want to celebrate my gurus, because y'all have been putting in some serious work. All right, I've been saying the same thing over and over and over and over again for years, and it feels so good to finally have a community of people who are really accountable and doing the work. So I celebrate you. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Please don't stop. And if only 4 people see this video, I really don't care, because it's about my gurus. And today I celebrate you. Guess what, boo? You don't even need me. You a guru now.
Hey everyone, I have to share this because I'm so excited. I am now seeing some new growth after being in the challenge since June 26, 2024. I am even seeing new growth in my scalp where the scarring is. So to me, in my mind, that's an indication that the scalp inflammation is down, and to God be the glory. I was extremely nervous during this entire challenge, but Dow has been helping me every step of the way. And I mean every step. She has been just gently reassuring me that everything I was going through was normal and a part of the process, and I was on schedule with my healing process of my scalp. I questioned every step of the way, and the skin cell turnover had me nervous. Then we went through 2 hurricanes back to back, Helene and Milton, and here went my nerves again, because during Milton we lost power for over a week and I couldn't keep my hair. I couldn't keep my diet up to par. I continued washing my hair but couldn't blow dry because no electricity, and I was sweating at my scalp like a dirty old man. Dow came to my rescue once again and reassured me that it was going to be okay, and guess what? It turned out okay. Today, I washed my hair and I noticed a pretty silver and brown hair starting to pop up in my hairline on one side of the hairline. What a pleasant surprise to see them returning and filling in. I have been diagnosed with CCCA, and this last flare-up was the most severe one I had ever had. Thank you 1,000 times, Sindal, for sticking with me, for teaching me, for being patient with me. I love you so much, Dow. I love you too, boo. Oh, I wonder what my dermatologist is going to say when I go back on 11/11. She's going to be amazed that I'm growing new follicles in the dark scar tissue. Have a wonderful day, everyone. I just had to share my new news. I couldn't keep it to myself. So I'm sure you guys have not only read that, but you've also seen all of the other new comments that have been up. Now, as you can see in the guru, we have a real life community. It's like a simple Facebook, right? You know, obviously it's not Facebook because it's not messy and catty. I don't play that. Like, we don't have drama and back and forth. We're supporting each other. We're lifting each other up. Once you join the challenge, you have lifetime access to this group. So there are women within the challenge that have been in the challenge the whole 7 years that it's been going on. And when I'm not in the group, they are the ones that are helping everybody through the content, because remember, the group is where everybody comes for help, but there is a course separate from the group and so many other things within this group, so many videos and all of that, but that's neither here nor there. Now, this is a video clip from about 6 years ago, and this was one of my clients that I have for years, but she didn't come regularly. Like, I was the person that she came to when it was time for like a trim or a haircut, and in between, I don't know what she was doing, right? So that was the result. But let's get into this. We'll get back to that video in a second. This is one of the members from inside of the 7-day challenge, and she is sharing that this is all of the hair that she loses after she gets done shampooing and styling her hair. That's it. And so I asked her, how did it normally look? And she's like, this is my picture, but this is exactly how much shedding I would always have. And even if there are a couple of people who are going to think think that this is an outrageous amount, this is the majority of women, whether you guys want to admit it or not. The majority of women who are self-proclaimed team natural, that's how much hair they lose. But this is how much hair she's losing now, which is the normal amount. So when you constantly see everybody having the same lines of demarcation, the same thin ends, the same breakage, or even though on YouTube they make it look like, oh, team natural is the best thing to be a part of, most women, after they've done it for long periods of time, if they go straight in their hair and get a trim every 10 weeks, almost every time their ends are razzled. And one of the main reasons that they're like, oh, I'm not going to hairstylists because hairstylists are scissor happy, is because y'all do y'all team natural stuff for however many months, and then you go into the salon thinking your hair is healthy, but really, in all of that wet detangling that y'all do, and all of those practices that I'm constantly telling y'all not to do, you're actually breaking your hair. So then you go to the salon and they cut everything off. Within the 7-day challenge, we have accountability. If you're not ready to be accountable, this is not the group for you, because my gurus are doing work. Do you hear me? They're doing work. They're holding themselves accountable. They're starting over from scratch. And every time one of our sisters starts over from scratch, everybody's uplifted and holding them up like, yes, sis, get it. Like, and then they're updating each other. And once they give updates, they encourage the new people that are joining in, because we get new people every day. This is one of my gurus that's been in it for years, right? Because this is the thing. Not everybody's gonna come right in and be like, okay, I'm cutting all of my hair off, all of it. I want y'all to go ahead and read that for yourself. Take a screenshot, right? We're gonna be here all day if I'm reading everybody's. But as you can see, she's like, all right, I started a couple years ago, but I wasn't ready to just do a big chop. And in our lives that we have exclusively to 7-day challenge members, I was like, hey, okay, do me a favor. I know it's a lot to see your hair like that, but go through this process, and I bet money you get done, your hair is going to be exactly where it needs to be, but you have to let go. And obviously I'm mincing words because I'm not about to tell y'all what we talked about, but she did exactly that, and she's sharing a little piece of it. One of the little pieces was after she did the things that she was directed to do, that everybody was directed to do, then she was like, okay, I'm going to have the style that I do be a sew-in, and I'm going to do it the right way, so that way as the sew-in is in my hair, I'm able to grow my hair out from this damage. And these are her results. Now, when we are on YouTube, everybody's looking for a quick fix. What can I do real quick? We don't do quick fixes. Your hair is going to be on your head for the rest of your life, and there's nothing in a bottle that's just going to reverse it and fix all of your problems quick. These gurus are accountable. That's why I call them the gurus. That's why it's not like, oh, my dolls. No, because they're not doll babies, and they're not following me. They are following the science. And understand that when I say the science, I'm talking about the study of God's creation. Because at the end of the day, that's all a scientist does. As a research scientist, I am obsessed with almost everything that God has created, and I research things to learn how to develop these things to my highest ability and to their highest abilities. And look at her hair. This is where we ended, and not ended. Now she's gonna keep going, and with these practices, she and the rest of the gurus within the 7-day challenge understand that having hair that's past bra strap length or whatever your goals are is so easy and simplistic when you stop hacking, when you stop arguing, when you stop going back and forth here on social media. In a second, you guys are going to see something, but this is not to put anybody out there. I do not care about any of the Team Natural people that y'all talk about. Anytime somebody's featured on my page or anything, it's because I go on YouTube and I type something in, and whoever the donkey is that pops up, that's what it is. So keep that in mind as this part pops up. But as you're going through, everything that you're seeing are all of my members who are like all of those wash and goes killed my hair. All of these oils and butters and greases killed my hair. And the second I stopped, my hair grew back. There are so many women within the 7-day challenge who think that their scalp is dry and it doesn't produce sebum, or they had CCCA or different forms of alopecia, and the majority of them are like, oh my God, like, I don't know what to do. Or this beauty here, which you've seen multiple times here on the channel, this is one of the OGs, right? When she first started, she was under the impression that she had to air dry her hair. Her natural hair was crunchy all of the time. Her ends were like breaking. She wasn't retaining length, and she was terrified of a blow dryer and all of the things that the Team Natural community demonizes, especially cosmetologists. But she is one of many gurus that has mastered her own hair, and this is her own blowout. But when it's time for her to get a trim or anything that will cause damage if she did it herself, she goes to see a professional cosmetologist. Every guru that you are seeing right now has found a professional cosmetologist, and a good one. So the myth that they don't exist, it's not real. This is one of my OGs. You've seen her so many times, and she comes in with the facts every time. Boo's goal is to have her hair like all the way down her waist, because she's taking little pictures for Boo, right? Her husband, not Boo. Let's get it together. And she is displaying the difference between her doing her hair herself and her going to the hair salon, and how it looks just as good. In the 7-day challenge, I was going to say, in the 7-day challenge, they understand that everything starts with you. And when you go to see a cosmetologist, you're just going to her so she can help you to reinforce the work that you've been putting in. Most of the gurus, if all of the gurus, what am I talking about, that actually do the work, their cosmetologists are like, girl, I don't know what you've been doing, but don't stop. I don't know what you've been doing, but keep doing it, because your hair is amazing. I don't even have to cut anything. One of the gurus, not this beauty here, but the last one, her cosmetologist told her, like, hey, in a minute, you're not gonna have to come every 10 weeks. Now she goes every 12 weeks because she doesn't need it. This is another guru who discovered that her hair doesn't need any product whatsoever, because all of the shine that she's looking for, all of the slip that she had been looking for here on YouTube, on social media, and all of these different products that she's been buying, this whole time the slip has been coming directly out of her follicle. Read what she had to say. Again, y'all got eyes, take screenshots, zoom in, pause it. I'll wait. You can clearly see she was once in the same position that you were in, thinking that her hair had to be dry. The shine that you see is coming directly from her follicle. Directly from her follicle. There is not one drop of oil on her scalp. Not one drop. Because it's not needed, and your constant desire to use it is what keeps you with scalp inflammation. And I'm telling you what I know. So when I'm not really making videos like I used to make, and you see on my face all the time, it's because I'm focused on building with the people who are ready to build. Now, I am not putting, of course, her face out there or anything like that. I respect my gurus, but this is how her spot looked before, and she has not been in the challenge for years, but this is how it looked before, and this is where it's at right now. I cure CCCA, period. I'm not talking about it. It's not up for debate. I'm not going back and forth with anybody. That's why when people are like, oh, Sin, like, it seems like you debate people and this and that. No, I don't. But I'm not entertaining it. Why would I constantly entertain all of the back and forth on social media when I know that I know that when everybody stops doing the things that y'all keep doing, their hair grows back, because this is a up close shot of the human scalp. The average human being has 100,000 follicles, and every follicle has 1 to 4 strands coming out of each pore. Pay attention to where it says 3, 2, and 1. This is a person who initially had about 3 strands per pore, but because of their practices, they have caused weathering to start, where it goes from 3 strands to 2 to 1, and eventually you become bald in those spots. And most of you that also have single strand knots are dealing with this, right? And when you join my 7-day challenge or the growth cycle blueprint that contains the 7-day challenge, it reverses itself, because you learn what not to do and what to do the correct way. And then after that, you no longer need me. So these are the things that I want you to think about. This was in January of 2024, right? And this is a part where I'm just showing you like our own personal conversations, because within the group, I'm not talking mess. We're not gossiping about people or anything like that. But these gurus are putting things together on their own. So for every YouTuber that's like, oh, Cia's a fraud, baby, when y'all make videos about me, people are like, who is this girl? What are they talking about? Who are they talking about? And then they come over to my channel. And then once they come over to my channel, they're like, oh my God, that makes sense. Well, let me just try what she's saying, because she's not telling me to go buy anything. She's telling me to stop buying things and to change this up. So let me just see. Let me just see. And then they change just a couple of things and they get results that they've never been able to get before, spending hundreds and hundreds, thousands of dollars at this point on different hair products, on different courses, all different things. But then I just say, don't do what all of y'all favorite YouTubers start telling you to do, and it'll work. And then it does. They like, oh girl, listen, I'm about to sign up 100% now. And here comes the guru. I need y'all to understand that I'm passionate because I love this. And not that, oh, I love like people being negative towards me or people spreading rumors about me, but I eat it for breakfast, because people who talk mess about me are my biggest advertisers. At this rate, I'm gonna start paying some of y'all for advertisement at this point, because everybody has to get to a point where you're able to see the people who are gaslighting you. Because the people who are not gaslighting you, the people who have actual facts that you can follow, they're not mad. They're not upset. They're like, hey, baby, just try this. Just try this. So at this point, I had to get to a place where, and this is just a transparent moment, where me and my husband were talking about it. He's like, baby, you got to get to a point where you are flattered. You have to get to a point where you don't mind, where it's not a big deal, because people are not stupid. There are some people who are always going to believe it, but those aren't the people that are for you. And once you just keep running your race, baby, the people who are for you will attract themselves to you. And that's what has happened. So again, I didn't put that person's picture or anybody's picture, because the chick's picture that was in there in her video, like I don't have anything negative to say about her or anything like that. And nobody in the 7-day challenge, we're not sitting up there being petty and messy and talking about people. No, I need y'all to understand, women are hungry for this knowledge. They're hungry. So then when you go online and you're looking for answers, but then you have these two negating opinions, you're going to look at both of them and you're going to try them both out. And this is the thing, I'm a scientist. So before I do anything, I don't believe it. I start everything off with disbelief. Everything. As a scientist, that's what it is. And I test everything. I test everything time and time again. And my minimum is like 50 times. 55 to be exact. And after 55 tests of the same exact result, I'm like, all right, we can do this. But I'm always open to new things. But nobody's giving me anything that makes more sense than this. Nobody. So I'll never say anything different. And it's okay if you don't agree. But baby, within the guru, within the 7-day challenge, I am so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for every last one of you. It is like everything that I've ever wanted my YouTube channel to be, the guru is. The gurus are. The 7-day challenge is. The growth cycle blueprint is. Everything that I wanted this channel to be, my YouTube channel to be, it is over there. And it's amazing because it's like I have created this world of women that are like-minded, like myself, that really want to think for themselves, that really want to put things together so that way they are breaking generational curses for real. People love talking about breaking generational curses, but in reality, the generational curse is a habitual pattern that nobody will break. And at the end of the day, one of the biggest generational curses in the Black community is hair, because Black women have been believing the same lies for decades, and y'all are passing it on from y'all mothers, from y'all grandmothers, and then you passing it on to your children. Here in 2024 alone, I have multiple videos where I'm showing you guys before and afters from little girls that have alopecia at 6 years old. The average hair growth cycle is only 7 years. So if your daughter has alopecia and she's 5 or 6, she hasn't even had one full hair growth cycle yet and she has alopecia. That means, mom, your practices, patterns, and routines need to change because they're interfering with hers. And I don't care what anybody says online. I don't care how big nobody bald-headed son is talking. I don't care. I put my money where my mouth is, and I have receipts on top of receipts on top of receipts. And let me tell you something. You are going to watch every last person who ever had anything negative to say about me. You're going to watch them do one or two things. Three. One of three things. They're either going to be quiet and stop posting. They're going to change up all of their content, and they're going to start trying to find other ways to say the things that I've said, or they're just going to keep making up stuff in the hopes that you're stupid and you're going to keep following them. That's what it is. And it's happening right before you. I've been doing this for so long that it's so easy for me to predict what's been happening. And if you guys go back to my last prediction video, everything that I said was going to happen has been happening. And if you go to the people who were like, oh, anti-send out, go to their channel now and look at what they're doing now. Look at the things that they're saying, or look at the things that they're no longer saying. Notice how the majority of y'all Team Natural people have went to cosmetology school, and then as they've gotten to cosmetology school, they're so embarrassed about the stuff that they've been putting out that they've just stopped making videos altogether, or they've deleted most of their previous videos, and it's okay. This isn't to say anything negative about anybody, but I'm a person who I'm a visual person, so I'm always going to give metaphors and examples. And if you have put yourself in a position to be one of my metaphors, that's just what it is. But please do not extend yourself thinking that I'm so bothered by you as a person specifically. It is an energy that I'm against. I am against the energy of laziness. I am against the energy of just making stuff up, throwing it at the wall, hoping something sticks. I am against people product pushing, the over consumerism. I'm against all of those things. But look at my beautiful gurus. They're learning how to really love their hair. Nobody in the guru after the first week or two, their whole attitude about their stuff is changing. Most women, when they join the 7-day challenge, actually all women, what am I talking about? They dread doing their hair. They're like, oh my God, it's wash day. I hate this. Oh my God, I hate doing my hair. Baby, it's now the guru's favorite part of the day, the favorite part of the week. You know why? Because it's self-care. It's like a ritual now. It's all self-love. There's no rushing. There's no having wet hair for 3-4 days. There's no air drying the hair. Listen, none of that. And as they're going back to their stylist, they're retaining length more and more and more, to the point that even they stylists are like, wait, what? I think I'm gonna take some classes with her. Who's this girl that you're following again? Let me figure it out. Let me talk to her for a minute, because I need to get all of my clients over here, because she's making my job easier. That's what I'm doing. I am not causing a divide, like, oh, either send out a 7-day challenge or go to a cosmetologist. No, there is a divide. There is a missing space, and I know this because I was behind the chair for over a decade, and there is this disconnect between the cosmetologist and the client, right? Where we are somehow, lines of communication are just so blurred. Now, if we talking about the little ghetto ratchet hairstylist y'all going to, I'm not talking about them. If the first time you met the girl that's doing your hair is the day that she's doing your hair, that is on you. I'm sorry, it is. If the first time you're talking to the woman that's doing your hair is the day that she's in it, whatever happens to your hair is on you. Who does that? Stop doing that. Book a consultation. Make sure you're here for my live with T and Cree, because we're going to break down consultations and how to have one. So make sure you're there for that. But when you go in to see a professional cosmetologist, you have to understand you are one of probably 10 clients that she has that day. And her job is maintenance, just like your dermatologist's job is to diagnose you and treat you. Most people go in to see their dermatologist and they want their dermatologist to tell them what shampoo and conditioner to use, what blow dryer to use, how to blow dry their hair. That's not their job. As a dermatologist, their job is to diagnose you and then treat you. They diagnose what's going on in your scalp. Like this client, for an example, they would give her a scalp biopsy. And then once everything comes back from the lab, they assess it and they say, okay, this is this bacteria in your follicle. And I don't know what the cause is, but this is how you kill it. Don't do this anymore. Don't do this anymore. Don't do this. Use this, and then keep using this product until it goes away. But then you go to the dermatologist, and because your hair isn't growing back after a week, then you're like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. Or because the dermatologist tells you to do things complete opposite of Team Natural, you like, they don't know what they're talking about because I'm black and they don't know how to do black hair. You could not be more wrong. You couldn't be further from the truth. The dermatologists that my clients go to love me, to the point that within the 7-day challenge, there are multiple women who have went to their dermatologist. Their dermatologist asked them, can you give me the website? And their dermatologist contact me and thank me and ask me if I take any referrals or anything like that. And there are quite a few people in the challenge that are coming directly there from dermatologists. And you can believe it or you cannot believe it. It means me no, never mind. And I hope that nobody's taking that in the wrong way. But when I say it in passing in my videos, and when I'm not putting everybody's reviews up constantly because I have so many, it's because I am not here for people who need me to prove it to them. Like sometimes people write me and they'll be like, hey, San, I see your 7-day challenge, but I've looked at so many other things and so many other people are like playing you and selling stuff that doesn't really work. So can you prove to me that this works? And a lot of y'all are probably going to be like, she is so unprofessional. But my response is always, this may not be for you. I don't want you to sign up if you feel like somebody needs to talk you into it, because I'm never talking anybody into anything. Why? Because I know that my techniques work. I don't care what anybody has to say. I really don't. And when I say that in my videos, when I say that I don't care what anybody has to say, it's because I know from doing this for so many years, I know exactly what causes CCCA, which is what my client right here has, and I know how to heal it. But I also knew that standing behind the chair, I could not heal CCCA. My clients did not listen to me because for whatever reason, Black women do not respect their cosmetologists like that as it pertains to their scalp. If I say stop putting oils in your scalp, stop putting greases and butters and things of that nature in your scalp, most women aren't going to listen. Now, this is not one of those women. She wasn't one of those women that I told her, girl, you better stop doing that or you're going to be bald head, and she just didn't listen. That didn't happen. That's not what happened. But we just don't see each other on a regular basis, and Team Natural has been out influencing Black women negatively for years. And regardless of how many people want to admit it or not, the majority of cosmetologists like myself have either closed their books completely and are no longer accepting new clients, or they have completely quit cosmetology altogether and just went into another scientific field related, like I did. So what you're looking at right now, I'm just showing you a little bit of our convos in there. We are not using any Team Natural products whatsoever. So again, if you are like, oh, I think I'm gonna join the challenge, but you want to straddle the fence, you like, I want to do some of my Team Natural stuff and I'm gonna do some of Cyn's stuff, I'm gonna do it at the same time, do not join. Please, I am begging you, pick one. I don't want lukewarm people. You need to be either hot or cold. You either need to be Team Natural in it, or you need to be ready to do something different. It's just one or the other. Again, the beauty that I'm watching, this was literally my job day in and day out. And I know for a cosmetologist whose purpose is like to style hair and to trim hair, then this isn't going to be a big deal. But this wasn't my purpose. This isn't what I wanted to do. I've always had a scientific mind. At this point, I wasn't a research scientist yet, but I was in school, right? And I knew that I wanted to focus on the science, and this was the exact opposite of what I was doing. And I still have student loans. I'm still in school right now. So I'm like, I am literally wasting my money and my time standing here doing hair because they're not going to listen to me. So then that's why I ended up transitioning out, and it is the best thing that I've ever done. Hair is an art form, so I would be lying if I said that I didn't miss like doing hair and stuff, because it's like if you like painting or something and then you just stop painting forever, it's like, of course you're gonna miss your art. But I am so fulfilled that space that was missing, the 7-day challenge and the growth cycle blueprint, they fill that space for me. The feeling that I was having as I was doing her hair, that hole has been filled with the 7-day challenge and with the growth cycle blueprint. So I'm making this video not to get, oh, everybody jump on the bandwagon and join. Why? Because everybody's bald spots are filling in and I'm better than all of your stupid YouTube people. No, that's not what I'm saying, baby. All I'm saying is I love you, gurus. I love you. And I want to thank you for putting on your big girl panties, baby. Putting on your big girl panties and looking in the mirror and being like, you know what, Cyn? The stuff that I have been doing has been dumb. That don't make no sense. Why would I do that? You know what? Instead of doing that, I'm going to do this. You're right. I am going to throw all of these products out because when I look at the ingredients, that don't make sense. Oh my God. I am only here for the women who can think for themselves. That's it. So if you are a person who got the show it to me, prove it to me, here is some of the showing. Here is some of the proving. Look at some more reviews on my website. Hopefully Guru members are going to be here within the comments, speaking their truth or whatnot. But that's what it is. So it was so funny because I was online, and what's that app? It's called Hood Rat Alley, Muskrat Alley. What is it? Some alley. I don't know. But it's where they all go online. Some alley. Put it in the comments. I'ma call it Hood Rat Alley. And they go on there and they all just drag or call themselves trying to drag certain people. And it was just so funny because at one point in time, Lipstick Alley, I'm being funny, but I call it Hood Rat Alley, Hood Rat Lipstick Alley. And people were like, oh, she's a fraud, whoop, 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 this and that. But now you go in Lipstick Alley and some of the gurus be like, baby, no, that's not the thing. Like, she's actually changed my life. But I love y'all so much, and I tell y'all all the time, like, I don't want y'all on Hood Rat Alley. I don't need y'all to defend me like that, but I just wanted to tell y'all publicly. I tell y'all all the time within the group, but I just want to tell you this publicly in front of everybody. Like, I love y'all so much. Like, there have been multiple times that I have thought about, I'm about to change, actually just start a whole new channel altogether and do something completely different and just be done trying to help people as it pertains to hair. But gurus, you have changed that with me forever. There was a point in time where, and this was years and years and years ago, but there was a point in time where I was feeling like, did I make a mistake? Like, I don't think that people want to learn. I think they want to stick with it. And I was going to go into a whole another field scientifically. Like, I was still going to do research science, but not talking about any of this whatsoever. But after the hair weathering has set in, and this is just an example of what it looks like. At first, your hair is good, but the more wash and going you do, the more finger detangling, the more of all of these layers of products you put on it, the more you destroy the hair. So now, all of these years later, now everybody that went from blow dryers are the devil, don't even put real conditioner in your hair, to get a keratin treatment, use a $600 blow dryer, get K-tips, because these are new and they're $10,000. Like, it's crazy. And these are the things that I really, really want us to think about, right? Really want you to think about. So let me know in the comments right now, like, are you okay? Of course, I need you to leave a comment and subscribe if you still here, but are you all right? Are you okay? Like, did I make you feel away? And if I did, I don't really care. I really hope that everybody was able to receive everything that I have to say. And I really hope that certain fan clubs are not here in the comments like, oh, she was talking about you. This video is not about any specific person. I don't care that much. I promise I don't. But of course, if I'm talking about the guru, I didn't want to edit that out. I promised that I would put up everything, and that just happened to be a part of the conversation. So if you are tired of walking around like wet Kermit, dripping on everybody, leaving little Jerry curl juice on everybody's couches, most of y'all don't even realize it, but when y'all leave, people be talking crap about y'all, because when y'all sit down, it be a whole oil stain on that couch. It be a whole oil stain. You be oil slick. Or when y'all used to be walking around, or some of y'all still do, with apple cider vinegar in y'all hair, y'all be walking around smelling like pickle juice, and y'all mans used to be talking about y'all. I used to walk across the hall from a barbershop, be like, man, like, my girl smelling like ass. Talk about it was rice juice in her hair. Hey, Sin, what's that rice? You be telling people to put rice in their hair? I'm like, no, dog, I don't. Y'all husbands are sick of y'all. Y'all husbands are sick of y'all looking like wet dogs. They sick of you trying to cuddle with you in the middle of the night and smelling rice nipple juice and apple cider vinegar. They sick of having wet pillows too. You're not supposed to sleep in conditioner. If you are ready to shake all of this, then join. If you are ready to get a new pattern and a routine, then join. But if you're not, don't. I promise you. I love you. And I hope that you get covered in as much conditioner, oil, and grease as your heart desires. If you still want to do them K-tips, oh my God, I hope your K's be big tipping and big pimping everywhere you go. I do. I do not care. I do not. My love and my passion is for the women who are in alignment with what I'm talking about. If you are not in alignment with what I'm talking about, and if you're in alignment with everybody else, with the flexi ride beards and all of that, then oh my God, I love you and I respect your divinity and your sovereignty. That's my favorite part about every woman, your sovereignty and your ability to make decisions for yourself and to do what you want to do, right? So do that. And again, gurus, thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. And make sure that you hit me up in the group and let me know that you saw my little 40-minute love story to y'all, because you're everything to me. And I will see you guys later. And gurus, we have a whole live coming in about a week. Okay, no, I'm lying. It's this weekend. Okay, I love you. Bye, girl. And y'all stop walking looking crazy like wet Kermit, because y'all look crazy as hell, just like Kermit.